Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Kane. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 layout, double 8.5 by 11 layout. And I have 6 photos here that I'm showing. One is a 4 by 6, and then I have 5 additional 3 by 4 photos. I'm actually going to bring in an additional 5 photos. So I get a total of 11 photos on this layout, and I will show you how when I get started on the layout. I'm using an older collection by Close to My Heart called Later Skater, which was a skateboarding collection for boys mainly. It's my favorite colors, the blue and the green, and I'm actually going to make a karate layout with it. So it works perfectly because the green matches my son's studio where he's practicing karate, and I brought in some distress oxides in matching colors. I wasn't sure how much of that I would be using. I do stamp out a couple of the stamps to use on the layout. And then this paper here is going to cut some gears and mat some photos. And then this one here, the same thing. I'm going to cut gears with die cuts, metal die cuts. And then this one here is going to be the background. This collection is from 2012. I was able to get it because somebody was selling their Close to My Heart paper collection. So I was able to pick it up. I did not buy this when it first came out. The collection's actually as old as my son that's in the photo. So that's kind of funny. And here I'm going to create the background layer first. So I wanted that torn paper at the top with all the words and gears and skulls. And I tore it a little bit shorter than, but so that it could still cross over both layouts. And I'm going to place a 1/4 inch border of black cardstock at the top and the bottom, because I'm going to add quite a bit of black to the layout. So that kind of helps balance the layout. And you can see the teal paper I actually cut a little bit too short, but it doesn't matter because it's actually a 1/4 inch too short. So that black strip is going to actually cover that right up, so it will be perfectly fine. And kind of sped through that just because you don't need to watch me laying those down. I just used double-sided tape to do that, trimmed up the sides so that they fit. And here I'm covering up the gears because I don't want to get white paint on them. I'm actually not using that alpha. Even though it matches, I could have used that alpha, but I don't use that alpha. Um, I'm just splattering white paint on the background. And then, yeah, I don't think I splatter black. I only do white acrylic paint. And I just did it lightly just so that it would have a little bit more white in the background. There's already paint splatters on it. That was the way that it was created, but I just wanted to add a little bit more white. So here I was trying to figure out how I'm going to add all these photos. Here's the additional 5 photos. 4 of them are 2 by 3 or a little bit smaller than a 2 by 3, and then the other one is a 3 by 4, but it's also cut down just a little bit. So I came up with another idea of how to add all these photos on this layout. I'm actually going to create a blackboard that breaks, and it's going to open up and show more photos inside. So it's an interactive layout, and on the page protector, I will cut the page protector so that the 2 flaps will be able to be opened and closed. So this is how the 2 little flaps, they're going to cover that main photo, the 4 by 6. And then I put the black cardstock behind it, so that kind of secures it to the layout, but it also gives a place to anchor those 2 makeshift boards so that they will flip out. And I don't know where I disappeared to. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was cutting up the teal paper to make it a little bit smaller because I wanted the teal and the green behind the main photo. So that's what I did there. And then there's little flip flaps, and I believe I will cut away when I attach those on. I had to do this layout like over the course of 2 days. It didn't actually take me 2 days to do it. I just didn't have a lot of time. As you probably noticed, I missed a day of adding layouts up because this layout was actually supposed to go up on the 13th. So I ended up not putting up a layout for the 13th, or so it's going to go up on the 14th. But um yeah, I just ran out of time. I didn't get it done, and I wanted to create this layout because once I got this kit, I was really excited to create this layout. So here I'm adding in some of the gears that I cut out of the papers. And basically, I just want a gear in each color besides black. I'm not going to add black since obviously it's on black cardstock. It's not going to really show. I do add a couple of smaller black gears like on the photo, and that just help it pops a little bit off of the photo since the cardstock in the background is black. Hopefully that made sense. It's a little late at night as I'm doing this voiceover, but I'm trying. Here I'm going to put hit hard. So the hard is part of the border strip, or the zip strip, as Close to My Heart used to call them. And it had the words on it. So I cut a few of those words to use on the layout. This one over here says awesome. That's another one of the zip strip words. I'm going to add more gears. And you can see his instructor holding up the board that he broke. And I'm going to add some little gears at the top. And then my camera cut out. So I did decorate the title where it says Break the Board, which is in his class. They used to call that night Break the Board. So that's why I titled it Break the Board. And then I'm going to embellish the main photo inside. I did not do that one yet. So I want to go ahead and add a little bit more in there. I'm adding a number 3 down here in the corner. I already added a 1 and a 2 on the outside left hand flap because first he broke a yellow board, which for some reason I don't have that one on video. So I didn't get a picture of him breaking the yellow board. And then he broke the blue board and then the red board and then continued on to the black board. And the way their instructor did it was if you can break each board on the first try, you can keep moving to up with the boards. So each board is a little bit harder to break. And that's what he did is he broke all 4 boards that night in a row. So here I'm adding no fear, which is kind of breaking boards is mind over matter. It's not really how strong you are, but it's a matter of having the mind power to actually put your body into it and break it. And he learned that um, pretty much in the last couple of weeks before he broke the blackboard. He realized that if he really threw his whole body into it as he was breaking it, he could break the tougher boards. But this was the first time that he was given a chance to actually break the blackboard, and he did it on the first try. So I was really proud of him. And you can see his excitement in the photos. I will have a few close-ups at the end. I will also include the actual video of him breaking the board. It is up on my Instagram channel. Also, it was put up when he broke the board 2 years ago, but I will also include it at the end of this video. So stick around if you want to see that. Here I'm adding the little, like a bigger gear and then littler gears on top of it. Gears are definitely my flowers when it comes to boy layouts. I love adding them to my boy layouts. So that's what I did here is I'm just adding some gears around all over. So decorating with the gears is definitely something I like to do on the boy layouts. So up there with the excitement photos, I'll call them, the top 2 on the right hand side, I do my own stunts. That was part of the stamp set. And then the other gear the larger black gear down on the right hand side. Over to the left a little bit, it says Rowdy Play. That's where his instructor picked him up and, swung him around, and he was celebrating with him. They were definitely both excited. And over here, I'm using more letters to put Go Julian, which is just kind of what we told him when he was getting ready to break the board, and hoping that he would be able to break it. So, and the letters come from Vicky Boutin. I'm not sure which collection these ones come from. You can actually color these letters. I chose just leave them white since, like I said, there is white in the background, like white paint splatters, and there's white in the collection. So I just left them white. Over here, I'm putting some gears over here in the year, which I said was 2023. And then off camera, I will add April 5th, which is the day that he did it. So it's almost been exactly 2 years to the day. And then up at the top, also I do my own stunts. I add brown belt because that's the level he was at. He had just received his brown belt and he was able to break the blackboard. So here I'm adding a few more gears, and again I'm just trying to get each of the colors, and some of the colors repeat, some of them don't. There was no rhyme or reason, just whatever looked good is what I went with. So here I'm going to add the white gear back on top, and then this little green one, and some of the green ones I flipped over and they have that, like, all the colors on it. So they have the green, the teal. It's more like a gray color. Up at the top, also where the words are, you can see the word tough if you look closely on the right hand side. And I just thought that was kind of fitting since, you got to be tough in order to break these boards. So here I'm going to come in with some of these Jolie skulls, and they're 3-dimensional. I love them. They're like glittery foam, and I'm going to place them all around in all the clusters, and they're not really balanced. There's not, 2 here and 3 here. I just put them wherever they looked good. So I added quite a few of those, and then I will come in with acrylic stars and plus signs. And those are also from close to my heart. I used the smallest size and a medium size. And I'm just going to place those kind of the same place wherever I placed the skulls. I placed a star and a plus sign. So I'm just adding a few of those all around, and then I will glue those down with liquid glue. And then I think I'm done with the layout. And like I said, in the close-ups, you'll see where I added black belt, or brown belt level, not black belt, brown belt. And then where I also added the date, which is April 5th. And journaling will be on journaling strips, and it will go over on the left-hand side by all those gears. It'll just be white strips, so it'll just lay across there. There's not much journaling to say, just that he had just received his brown belt, and his goal was to be able to break the blackboard, and he did just that. So here is a few close-ups. Like I said, at the very end, I will include the actual video of him breaking the board. And I really like the way this layout turned out. I love all these gears. I know it looks kind of really busy, but in real life, you can really see all the photos and all the details. But like I said, with all the screenshots, I just thought it was something kind of neat to include in his album, and definitely show his journey of being able to break that blackboard. Can't talk tonight. Anyways, here's the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
Technique though, you guys watch how he went all the way through, use his whole body. Ready? Same thing. Aya! Woo! Yeah. It's got beat in it. There's the power. Alright. What did I do to you, Julie? Alright, ready? Next one, all the way through, same thing. Will you do it? Yes, sir! All the way through. Aya! Yes! Woo! Alright, Mr. Julian. Blackboard to A. All right, all the way through. Don't stop. Same thing. You can do it. I know you can break this board. All right. Do you believe you can break this board? Yes, sir. All right. Go all the way through it loud. Keep up. Ah! First student, actually, the whole studio to break that blackboard. I'm not lying. Awesome job.